Hello everybody, welcome back to Evolve. This is going to be stage 2 because we are going to give some love to Glacial Bob. It is Christmas Day. Merry Christmas to you all. We're going to give the Icy Boy a go in Evolve's festive spirit in one way or another. We need to remember how to play this version of the game again. We do get everything at the beginning in this one. We're going to, pick the problematic perk system that is a recipe for disaster when balancing your game. We'll go into that at some point, don't worry. We're going to just go into it straight away. We're going to pick Red Hunger as we always did back in the days of live, and give me Scale Armor and Gold Brawler for Bob. Paladin Parnell, Bucket, Crow and Markov is going to be the first ones for this one. The Hunters, I should say. Yeah, just gonna do some Glacial Bob. Christmas Day, snowy monster. It's a special episode, essentially. We need to remember that in this version of the game, fighting at the beginning is prioritised. So, yeah, eating to stage 2 is not going to be what we're going to be doing here. We're going to be getting up to some armour and then going straight into there. We are on the Disney Princess Distillery, because this is regrettably stage 2, where they just decided to remove all atmosphere and brighten the game up for literally nobody that asked. But it is what it is. But yeah, this version's a little bit different. As you can see, the evolved meters are a little bit bigger. Wildlife is also a little bit sparser. And it's basically a game show, ladies and gentlemen, as you'll soon see. We're going to get back in there, dropping in already. So the way Icy Bob works is he is a tank monster that wants to pin people to his monolith, essentially, like so, and push hunters away. He's a very DOT-based monster. I need to fucking pick somebody. I'm going for Crow here. Now what I do know, and what I can remember, is Paladin Parnell is basically unkillable, so we have to target the medic last on this team. But yeah, we do get that down there. We're going to get out just before we lose too much HP there. Yeah, the way the dome works in this one is the timer will change based on how much HP the monster takes, or damage it takes. Why the fuck can I not eat that? Okay, that's weird. Sure. Guess we're not eating that then. And 2. There's apparently no servers for this game anymore, boys, but I'm getting actual lag, so explain that one, Chief. Because apparently there was no servers for, well, since 2019, I believe, when they shut them down, allegedly, but then everybody decided they were just going to play the game again one day, so, who fucking knows at this point. We need to get out of this particular region because it's very bad. I'm going to stick one of these right here. Denies the area. There it is. Get me across there. So this does slow as well. We are going to get crowed out. You'll notice animations are also pretty shit in this version, because that was something else we just decided to remove with no context. But it is what it is, We like the monster. We like the new content, because it's the newest content. Get one of them down. These are slowing down. There is obviously quality of life in that you can reposition the frost icicle thing that you fire. It's not locked in place like it is in Legacy. We are going to push the stage 2 here now though, before we get domed. For all the complaining though, I've spoke about it before with the old fighting at stage 1 kind of stuff. It's okay. but it's just that it's, for me personally, it's not what the game was, you know? It was about, give me, oh shit, I did the wrong one, it's fine. I wanted to do, passive, it's fine. It removes the hunt, part of the game, you know? It's not, it just removes it for no reason, is what I'm getting at. I know where they are, okay. Push him over there into that. There's gonna be a lot of DOT in this area. As you can also see how rigid his animations are as well, because they removed a lot of the directional based ones. Zero context for this. I really do not understand why, to this day. Because it removed quite a bit of character from the monsters as well, because they were all quite stylized in terms of what the monster, who the monster was. Coming that down, we'll get out before we lose too much HP there. The general consensus for me personally, boys, was that there was a load of fucking really weird changes with this version of the game. Like, seriously, if they ported Glacial Bob over to Legacy, I'd never touch this version. I mean, look at this shit. Why? You know? I like to give people benefit of the doubt, dude, but I really don't see how gamers are that fucking dumb, dude. Like, there was nothing wrong with, like, the little stars that they had, and just being able to tell what a fucking albino is, like we did in Legacy. You know, like when I'm travelling around the map in Legacy and I look at them creatures over there and I'm like, yep, that's an albino, you know? Without the big fucking beam over it. No, it's just me, dude. I don't get it. Because they do it in a lot of games these days as well. It's not just Evolve or Dead by Daylight or anything like that. Like, this shit, I can find it, you know? I'm coming over here. You know, it takes you out of it, dude. When they've got big fucking beams over everything, you know? It's fine. Trapjaws aren't a thingy either in this, look. Show you. Look how small their health bars are. Because they used to be like a legit deterrent. Look, you can kill it in one. They're just free food in this version. They were a deterrent in the Legacy version. It made you move on as a monster and make you basically skip food. They don't do that here though. They're just free food. You know? It is what it is. I'm going to kill Bucket here, I think. Pin him to the floor. Don't quite get him in it though. Stick one of these here because they're staying in this area. Yeah, I've got Markov down. Big red beams in that, which is actually quite good though. I do like the red lights because obviously he's a robot. That's actually okay in that situation for me. We will grab the Evolve here, but that shit, look, like, what I'm saying here, guys, is that's not an albino, right? Because it's black. I show you this in Legacy. I don't actually show it to you, but look. It's got a different fucking colour. You know, the creature itself. You can see that with your eyes. You know? But there's that shit into the sky. There's another one here. Where's the albino? Take away the yellow. Look. Which one's the albino, guys? I wonder which one it is. You know, the big fucking white one. It's fine. It's just weird, dude. We'll get stage 3 Behemoth. I'm turning this into a passion rant. We're supposed to be being festive and happy that it's Christmas Day, dude, but it's creeping in. It's just... I don't get it. Really, really do not get it, man.
The relay is vulnerable. Get in range.
But we're now stage 3. This is what stage 3 Icicle looks like. Very nice indeed. Model is still up there. We do get ability cooldowns, which will take over a target slow. Let's say that the model's still good. Like, they still kept that to the same bar that they had in Legacy. Can't obviously zoom out as much and do a bit there where we throw out, you know? Like, look at that shit, that looks really good. You stand on some snow. It's kind of an awkward angle, this, but... Look, like, the way he blends in. What I like about him is the blueness of him. Which, you know, at first glance you might think it's just miscoloured or looks a bit, like, cheap. but it's actually because it's alien snow. You know, it's slightly different, which is quite a little good attention to detail, you know. And it does mean that at a distance you can see him against a white background. Don't quite have the spear though, it doesn't have as much range as Bob's tongue does. Get one of them down, throw it right in there so it gets everybody. Pin you to the floor, try and bulldoze you. Don't even get me started on the fucking announcer, dude. Fucking hell. Dome coming down, guys. Did you know? Did you know? Did you see it? Did you see it come down? Fucking half an hour when she announces it as well. Fucking hell. It's fine. It's okay. It's fine. You know, Hunter returned to the dropship, you know, because they're not dead. They've not been killed by this alien monster that's terrorising the planet. No, they've been sent to the dropship where Cabot is waiting for them with a fucking towel for the neck and a bottle of water, you know, before they return to the fucking arena, you know. Fucking insane, dude. Dropship timer increased. That's another one. Shut the fuck up. Really shield activated. It's fucking insane, dude. It just makes me laugh. You went from this genuinely good, like, atmospheric monster hunting game with Legacy, the one that you see the most of on my channel because that's the version I prefer, to this. A fucking game show, you know? Like, fucking hell. And you were supposed to be rescuing the game with this, you know? Because this was the free-to-play version. But just nuked 90% of its identity. Trappers don't even do anything in this version of the game because everybody has access to the domes, you know? It's my first game back, fellas, as I say. I was going to do, you know, it's the festive video for Glacial Behemoth, but I'm passion ranting already because we've returned to this game after not playing it for a few months. After I was playing Legacy, you know? You get Marco out. There's just so much unnecessary bullshit, dude, that shouldn't be here. I was always of the camp anyway that 90% of the complaints that went on with the original game were fucking bullshit as well. Hunting the monster for me, like even back in the day, like when I was just like, before I committed to it as like a fucking semi-career as a YouTuber, you know, all that kind of shit. I, as somebody who was just playing the game, never found hunting the monster boring. I genuinely didn't. Like it was travelling around an alien world and, you know, waiting for this monster to jump out. It was fucking good, dude. It was genuinely good. Because that monster was also controlled by another player, you know? So it could have been anywhere. It's got a brain of its own, basically. We'll take move speed here. But as we now know, based on the fucking current state of ASIMs, it was the beginning of the end, boys. Of, well, in this genre anyway, PvP gaming. Because then the fucking snowflakes took over. And now it's all highlight everything, give me second chances, make the power roll a fucking joke, you know, all that kind of shit. Whereas, we'll get there. It's turned into one of them, boys. This is off the back of the, you know, the evac video. We're just gonna have to pin this man. I remember him from things. The way he works is that he heals whenever he damages you, so you have to pin him at the end. I'm gonna be able to do this though, because they're gonna get him off. That's fine. Stick one of them down. Did you get that? Fire some deep freezes in there. We're getting ranged on them at the moment. Stick one of them in as well. Might get bucket with that. Definitely going to get you with that. And we're going to get bucket. We've got 40 odd seconds. That's when we do this. There it is. Just stop him from getting his power off. That's going to be that. We don't have the damage as Glacial Behemoth to outpace this guy's healing. This is one of the characters that is a symptom of why you don't fill your game with perks and all these sorts of variables. Because you're just asking for imbalances. The same situation with Dead by Daylight, which is what I mentioned in a DVD video with all the perks that's in that game now. You just basically, it's always going to be unbalanced. The base 9 perks that this game had at the very beginning, with, you know, in fact I'll do it here just because I said I would at the beginning, just to show you what I'm talking about. This shit is just absolutely fucking redundant and needless, mate. Yeah, it is the most bad choice you can make for a PvP game ever, you know? Like, they're not single things either. Each of these literally does multiple things. Like Brawler, 18% climb speed, 6% traversal regen, 5% damage reduction, right? So you pick that. So you've already got that working for you. Then you can have Downing a Hunter regenerates 200 armor for 10 seconds, yeah? This is like 200, it goes on for 10 seconds, so it basically tops your armor all the way back up whenever you down a Hunter, you know? Or ability cooldowns by 14%. These get progressively better based on the rank as well. Melee attacks deal 12% damage. This is on a DOT-based monster, so you're going to have 2 DOTs with this monster, based on, you know, his actual identity itself, working with perks like this. So you stick that on. Then you can get Gold Brawler, 23% climb speed, 10% traversal regen, 9% damage reduction. Then you've got a recipe for a completely fucking unbalanced game from start to finish, boys. This is not how you do PvP gaming. Yeah, we've seen it here because this game was plagued with balance issues when it switched to this version of it, Stage 2. We saw it when they tried to revive it recently, a couple of years back, when we had Slims that were unkillable and we had Behemoths that were unkillable. That's because of this stupid fucking perk system that shouldn't exist. The original Legacy version of Evolve had 9 perks that each did one thing, and you only picked one of them to take into the match with you. That is a significantly, by the by, black and white, easier way to balance your game's lifespan. Yeah, not this shit. This is just begging for imbalance as time goes on. You're going to have new monsters coming along that are going to have hyper busted synergies with a lot of this shit. You've got that there where monsters technically outside of the Tyrant buff in Legacy and Evolving should not be able to actually regain HP. This was one of the fundamental identification factors of monsters themselves, that they couldn't. Losing red bar damage was it, you know, that's your life source. You know, if it depletes, it's gone. Down a Hunter, 140 health every 10 seconds, or a tick, I should say. It ticks up for 10 seconds. So this is healing a massive chunk for downing a Hunter. Yeah, and you can get yourself back to well, in certain cases you can get yourself back to full HP because it goes on for 10 seconds, just regenning your health at 140 a tick, you know. What else have we got? Just to throw it in there, we've got melee slow. We can slow how much they move. This monster also slows at his base kit, which is what the snowball does. The one that replaces lava bomb, where it's like a snowball he fires and it paints the terrain blue. That slows hunters that are in it, and it slows the reload speeds and all that kind of stuff. You've got perks that can amplify that even more. You know, it slows targets, and you've got all this shit on Hunter as well. Just to show you, because we'll commit to the bit, because I am very fucking passionate about this sort of stuff, dude. It is a genre I am hyper invested in, because I do believe these types of games are fucking amazing when they're done right. We will accept. Here they are again. We've got defense increases, damage increases, we've got jetpack dodge thrust. Allies receive 500 health whenever you're downed. You can increase your jump height, you can increase your walk speed and sprint speed. This can stack up to be insanely strong, where to the point where monsters can't actually, well, lower mobility monsters will have a very hard time getting away from you consistently. Even more jetpacks, faster reloads, item swaps, view outlines of creatures and traps. That's alright. Stuff like that. That just lets you see wildlife within a certain range of 18 meters. That's not, it's a bit shit in this version of the game, but that's a perk that does one thing, is what I'm talking about. That's basically like Legacy's perks. That just gives you aura reading on creatures and traps. So this allows you to see stuff like Gorgons, spiders, and I think it might highlight Wraith's decoy as well, because Wraith works a little bit differently in this. She lost her identity as well, because, you know, I can't be chasing a monster that can go invisible. But yeah, as I say, Rocket Man was one of the ones. I mean, look at this. 5% jetpack flight efficiency, 5% jetpack recharge speed. We've got fucking perks for this. 100% jump height, 30% jump height, jetpack recharge speed. Where is it? Jetpack flight efficiency, 5% jetpack flight efficiency. There's perks that overlap with each other, you know, so you add that onto the things. Then you can get reload speed, again. You can get more damage, 5% increases, more ammo in your clips, more jump height again. You know, you can send yourself to the moon. That's funny, I suppose, but you burn 3 perks by putting them all into fucking implants. This shit was fucking busted. This was what made Slim nigh unkillable, yeah, because you basically just stack this. You increase incoming healing by 8%, and he's healing by aura as well around him. So you'd get this, and then you get the gold one. There's a gold one as well, I think. Yeah, vigorous healing, increase incoming healing by 12%. So that's, what is it? What was the previous one? 8% and 12, 20% more healing. Yeah, we've also got that again. But that's you've got reload speed there. DOT on damage. This was insanely good on hide, in particular this hunter, because you could basically just hit scan monsters with the minigun, and it would constantly drain the monster's armor from a massive distance. You could do this shit across the map with poison rounds. It's basically shooting a bullet to shoot about 10 at the monster with stuff like that. Again, that's from this perk. These perks that do stupid shit that didn't exist in Legacy. Creates imbalances, you know, all that kind of stuff. This is what I'm talking about. Like, it was so fucking needless, boys. It didn't need to happen. It really did not need to happen, all this shit. Which is why I've always said, if they're ever gonna revive the game, and they are actually gonna do it, fucking get rid of this. Go back to Legacy, take Glacial Bob with you, you know, port him back over to Legacy, revert it back to how Legacy was with 9 perks, Trappers have the character identity, give Wraith her character identity back as a stealth-based monster, yeah, and go from there. That's all they need to do. Because it's not 2015 anymore anyway. Back in the day, yeah, it was a bit of a novel concept, this. But people, as much shit as I always give the world around me, in a sense, that gamers these days don't... there's another one, actually. It might have been that, actually, on Slim. Regenerates 60 health a second, and you get 3%. Yeah, it'll be that one. Because Slim heals based on how much damage he does. So if you're damaging him, he's got 3% damage resistance, and the healing he's doing while he's spraying you outpaces the damage you can actually do to him. You know, all this kind of shit. With vigor, you run silver improved healing, I think it was, or it might have been gold healing and silver regen. It was definitely a combination of these, but it made him literally unkillable and just fucking cop out. And then obviously everybody started meta brain in the game, and it turned into this stupid fucking shit. I spoke about that in the Discord, but I didn't know what I was talking about, and, you know, now the game's dead. So if I didn't know what I was talking about, I don't know what the fuck happened, you know? When I literally said the game's gonna die because we're just literally acting like fucking apes and locking in the stupidest shit imaginable, and people that are returning to the game who just want to play it and enjoy it are walking into your fucking projection because you think that having a win rate on a game that isn't live is something to be proud of. You know, it's fucking pathetic, dude. It pissed me right off. It still does. It's the most selfish fucking shit imaginable. And that's a big portion as to why the game didn't last as long as it did, because these cunts were just literally, like, min-maxing the fuck out of the game and just decimating all the new players that came into it. I've got videos on my channel. I seem to remember doing it. I was one of the monster players that I knew what I was doing, because obviously I've been playing the game since 2015. But I do this in Dead by Daylight. I've always done this. I'm pro new player. I've done it from the very beginning. I'm not trying to make myself sound like a god here or make myself sound like the nice guy or anything like that. I'm just considerate. If I know I've got new players in my lobby, especially in this game during the revival, I was doing my bit. I didn't sweat. I didn't fucking do it. I went for each hunter individually over time, even if it was the assault. You know, shielded, fully shielded. I'd still go for it. I'd purposely whiff rocks as Goliath in certain instances. I'd throw it near them. You know, to give them, like, the try and curate the experience and make it as enjoyable as possible for them, rather than just absolutely being a fucking monkey and just, like, steamrolling them as soon as they dropped out the dropship, because people were doing that. They were locking in Behemoth with all this bullshit that exists in this game, and they were just sitting under the dropship when they were all dropping down, like fucking brainless cunts, because they wanted the win rate shit, you know, on the stats page in a game that was fucking dead. you know? And then I went into the Discord and they had the fucking audacity to tell me I didn't know what I was talking about and that I was overreacting. You know? Fucking hell, dude. It really, really gets on my fucking tits. But it is what it is, as I say. The game's dead now because of these cunts. But it is what it is, as I say. You know, again, just for the ones at the back of the room, I didn't know what I was talking about. But we somehow ended up in the reality that I was warning everybody about. But it couldn't have been me. It couldn't have been me being, well, me having triple the fucking IQ of everybody that was doing this shit in the community. In a sense of that, you know. But there were other people in the community that were like me and a couple of the others that we were actually trying to really get this game off the ground, and we were trying to really like be nice to new players. There was quite a good portion of us, and I do have a lot of respect for other people who during that revival period were making it as hospitable as possible, you know, for the people that did want to try it and they did actually manage to get their hands on the keys that 2K did put into the server, the ones that weren't fucking scalped. You know, there were a decent amount of new players coming in. Whenever I know, based on how the hunters are moving or how they're playing, if they're not playing the character the way they're supposed to be playing, and I know it's a new player, that's when you instantly, or I did, just switch on easy mode, put my feet up, relax, play the game for their enjoyment, you know, which is always what I've been like with these ASIMs anyway. I like to be the showman, you know, I like to be the game for people. That's why I play ASIMs, you know. I don't get that in Dead by Daylight. Dead by Daylight's a fucking joke, you know. And then here, everything that I did, and everything that we did, I should say, not just me, everyone that, you know, was like me, as an example, curating for the new player experience and all that kind of stuff, and we were trying to get the game off the ground. We were trying to make it the best experience we could for the new players that were coming in. You know, it fucking meant fuck all, because of all these dickheads that wanted win rates and all this stupid shit. They were posting it in the Discord fucking 24/7 during the revival. Look at this, I've got no losses on Kraken, I've got no losses on Goldie guys, I've just killed this hunter team at stage 1 as Behemoth. Well, go fucking you. You know? Fucking hell. It's fucking insane, dude. Absolutely brainless. But anyway, we're really getting deep-seated ranted here. My fucking blood pressure's spiking because it just pissed me off. If I could, mate, I'd fucking systematically, permanently ban every cunt that did that. I really would. I honestly would. They don't fucking deserve this game. I've said that in the past, fellas. In terms of any PvP game, to be honest, especially when you're trying to revive one of them anyway, any cunt that comes along and wants to just, like, stomp new players and they start foaming at the fucking mouth, you know, because it's a free win and all this shit, get the fuck out, you know, just get off, fuck off, you know, it is what it is, like, as far as I'm concerned, mate, you're not fucking welcome, but it is what it is, anyway. Somebody said that was gatekeeping at one point. It's not. It's having common sense and wanting a game you're genuinely passionate about to actually live and get the life it actually deserves, rather than just running it into the ground because we've got a very small cock. But, you know, it is what it is anyway. We're going to just let emotions quieten down, shall we? Because it is getting a bit sweaty in this room. But yeah, there's the explanation. I just wanted to add that to the end of the video. I'm going to have to title this something else. It was a Glacial video. We've had a bit of a tense Christmas, haven't we, fellas? There's been a lot to say in terms of going off on one and going on the passion rants and all that kind of shit. But, you know, feelings arise, ladies and gentlemen, because if you didn't believe me, it is my favourite game of all time that's in the fucking weeds, and it's dead because of numerous factors that all, for the most part, are accountable to stupid behaviour and stupid fucking just publishing, basically, and decisions that were not wise, essentially, as far as I'm concerned, because I will sit here and die on the hill, ladies and gentlemen, when I say there is fuck all wrong with this game. The legacy version, anyway, as I say, as I sit here in the Stage 2 lobby, this is bad. Fucking terrible. You know, should never have turned into this. But Legacy, the game we play daily on this channel, nothing wrong with it. 1 or 2 balance patches, boys. That's all that needs. Literally. That's all it needs. Revert it back to it. Get rid of this shit. Get rid of all of it. Put Glacial Behemoth back over into Legacy. Give us the atmosphere back. Give us the sci-fi horror vibe of the game back. Continue with the lore. You know, get Matt Colville back. Because I know that man put his heart and soul into this game. You can fucking sense that he did. You know, based on the lore and how fucking phenomenal it is. Yeah, it is what it is. As I say, just go from there. That's all it needs. Relist it on the Steam store. Give it 2 weeks. Turn a server on. 1 server in each country. I'm pretty sure a multi-billion-dollar company can manage that. You know, gain an IP without having to even develop the game. You know, assign a new developer to the team, or even get TRS back. Because as much shit as, you know, we all give TRS because Crowcat doesn't like him, you know, the guy that just bitches and whines about every game that fucking comes out and only ever compares the best of his favourite game to the worst of the game that he doesn't like. TRS actually do know how to make decent video games. That's why there's now currently 15,000 people still playing Back 4 Blood. I've played Back 4 Blood on the channel and I did enjoy it, to be honest. I don't listen to this fucking shite that's on YouTube, dude. Because 90% of the time it's all just bollocks, to be honest. There's a lot of games that everybody's bitched and whined about in like herds, like fucking cattle. And I've played it myself and I thought, this isn't half as bad as what people are saying it is. Because it's all for YouTube shit. It's just, you know, subscribers and saying shit in it. But as I say, TRS proved with this they can make decent games. There's just a lot of wrongful hate around them because, you know, streamers. But it is what it is. Anyway, we'll leave it there because it's going into another topic now. I've just got a lot to say about the gaming world, fellas, because since about 2015, when this game came out, it's been nothing but a fucking downhill spiral for me, personally, from my perspective. So I'm going to say these things. But it is what it is. There you go. Hope you enjoyed the Glacial Behemoth video. The rant is definitely longer than the gameplay. I don't know what I'm going to title this. I might put some gameplay over this commentary. I might not. You know, you might just have to use it as a podcast. Put it on in the background. If you want to hear me ranting about something while you're playing Evolve yourself, maybe. I don't know if you've got access to the game. But yeah, it is what it is. Yeah. I'll love you and leave you. Merry Christmas. You know. See you on the next one.